As an engineer, you know that meeting the Paris Agreement requires a massive engineering shift. What technologies are leading the way in reducing greenhouse gases today, and which countries are ahead of us in this race?
Let me use as an example Venezuela. Venezuela is one of, if we can recover our capacity to produce and export oil, we are one of the four major exporters of oil in the world. Venezuela has many places in which can re-inject CO2 to the sources that have been already exploited. Venezuela can produce more electrical energy based on hydroelectrical sources. Currently, we have 70% of the power supply is based on hydroelectric sources. But from experts that I have had conversations with regarding this, Venezuelan experts, there is a consideration in which 30 to 40% of the greenhouse gases which are produced during the production of oil and refining of oil can be captured and re-injected in these sources I mentioned. I think that this is, among many others, these are the two main ways of reducing the greenhouse gases emission of developing countries, and particularly countries like Venezuela, which are very important producers of oil.
You maintain that Venezuela has the potential to produce the cleanest aluminum and steel in the world, thanks to our hydroelectric power. How can we transform this technical advantage into an economic reality, considering that we still suffer from the Dutch disease? And for our viewers who are not familiar with the Dutch disease, could you please explain to us briefly what it is?
Actually, this I would say, is a very, very important question. Let me take some time to try to explain it. Although Venezuela may face in the next 10 to 15 years a reduction of the oil demand, because the world demand of oil will be reduced. Venezuela has aluminum, iron, natural gas, based on which we can develop a new collection of exports which may double or triple the export capacity that we currently have for exporting oil. So our main advantages are based on energy, and we can use that energy, which is not only hydrocarbon energy. We have, as you mentioned several times, we have very important sources for hydroelectric power. We have wind, we have sunshine all over the country, so we can actually develop technologies to produce the cleanest steel in the world and one of the cleanest aluminum in the world. And we have plenty of iron and plenty of the raw material to produce aluminum. We have also very important gas reserves, some of which are associated to oil, but there are many. The most important reserves of gas that we have in the eastern part of Venezuela are not associated to oil, so we can produce all of that in a very clean manner. So the future of Venezuela is not actually on exporting oil, is on exporting energy in the form of iron, aluminum, petrochemical products based on natural gas, liquefied natural gas, and we are one of the 10 most biodiverse countries in the world. So we have a very important potential for exporting agricultural products. And in the strategy that Venezuela has to, in the new strategies that Venezuela has to develop, to implement, to become that kind of exporting country, we have to stress, or we have to concentrate in the institutional legal reforms that really attract foreign investors that have the technology and may be interested in investing in Venezuela to develop this exporting capacity.
You say that developing countries are using the windows that international rules used to provide for them. What window of opportunity remains open for young people of these developing countries? And where should we focus our efforts, on politics, engineering, or diplomacy?
I will say this. Let's see the world in the 19th century. The advantages of most countries in the world during the 19th century were based on natural resources. In the 20th century, the advantages have been transformed because most countries that are today considered developed countries developed universities, research centers, etc., and they became masters in science and technology. The situation for developing countries, the situation for developing countries will go through the same path. The main window of opportunities for youth from our countries is in knowledge, science, technology, but also in applying knowledge in a strategic way through diplomacy, which is the issue you took to the discussion. So the basis is knowledge. The application of knowledge is both science, technology, politics, international politics, diplomacy. Well, I know your father, and your father is a diplomat and a lawyer. I know that your main interest, at least what I had seen in your videos, is that you are very much interested in science and technology. You can start in that way. Perhaps in 10 years, you may have changed your mind. I am originally a mechanical engineer. I have a master's degree in thermodynamics, but at perhaps 7 years after I came back to Venezuela, I started working on development, and I became a public policy person more than a person associated to engineering.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Corrales, for being here today with us. It was truly an honor to have you here. Thank you for your time, for your words, and for sharing your knowledge with us. I leave this conversation with some new incredible knowledge on these key factors that affect our world today. And I hope that the future leaders of our world who are watching this video can take into account what you just said, and we can have a better country in Venezuela, and we can have a better world in general. Thank you so much for being here today with us, and thank you all so much for watching. If you like this conversation as much as I did, and if you unlocked new knowledge, which I'm sure I did, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, to hit that like button, to ring the notification bell, and of course to follow me on all of my social media accounts at Oriana Unlock on Instagram and on TikTok, so that you never miss out on a new opportunity to unlock new knowledge. Thank you so much, Dr. Corrales, for being here today with us, and thank you all very, very much for watching. As I always say, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep unlocking your full potential. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!
Thank you very much, Oriana. Bye-bye.